So I made a mistake yesterday. I was thinking of the Camaro. It's a 68. This is a 69 Firebird. Sorry about that, guys. Either way. So, lifted the top off it today. I don't know. He's probably going to replace the top, but there's no point destroying it for now. He's just like I say, right now his plan is on this car, do all the rust repair, including the quarters, all of it. Maybe just sand the quarters down because they come with that black coating, which obviously is never the best stuff. Sand the quarters down, and then the plan is after that maybe spray whatever kind of red paint I got laying around here, and he's just going to play with the mechanical over the summer, and then maybe next fall bring it back, and then we'll do the body and paint. So right now, you know, you're trying to save stuff, so we're going to save the top for him and that. But so there we go. The floor is cut out. Now it doesn't need, the more we got in here looked, it doesn't need a complete new floor pan. It just needs this piece here, and then it's basically going to need the same on the other side. So I'm going to pick that up today. It's laying right there on the bench. There we go. And again, we'll cut and butt weld it and put it in all properly. So we got that today for it. What else came in today? There wasn't too much to grab for it today. Somewhere. Wheel tubs are there. Chunk extensions are inside the chunk. They're laying in there. Quarter panels are on order. Something else is on order. I can't remember. Chunk pan area is on order. The piece we need. A few things on order. But in the meantime, we can at least, you know, tackle the floors, get the floors done. And of course, we will clean all this up. We're not going to leave this like that's all the hydraulic fluid. The rams weren't hooked up to the convertible top, so I don't know what's going on there. That's really not my forte. I've done some before. I know how to do them, but it's not something I get into a lot. And that's stuff he's going to handle. But we won't leave it like this. Like, we'll have to get in here and clean all this, almost degrease it, and get that oil off of there and clean it all up. Because we'll do a beautiful, nice texture spray in here again for him when it's done. And everything will be good. And you can see there's your inner wheel tub. If you're out there watching Herb, your inner wheel tub is in really nice shape. There's nothing wrong with them. So that's good. The Mercury, it got over to the paint booth. A little bit of rain today, so dragged it over there. It got a little wet. Had to spend an hour and a half or so drying it off. But it's all dried off. It's sitting there and got all the parts set up in the booth. We'll start by painting the parts and that, so that's good to go. Worked on the Camaro today a bit more. The 68 on this one. 69 on the Firebird, 68 on the Camaro. Got the trunk lid put on it. Underneath, these are your air ventilation things here for bringing in your cold air. They were missing the hose that goes on there. The hoses came in, so I had to take all that back apart to put the hose on. They're more of a plastic piece than anything. I thought they'd be like a hose and squishy, and I could just get it on with that in there, but I couldn't, or else I would have never put that together. So I take it all back apart again to get them on there, but they're on. I got the hood on here. We'll come around here. So yeah, we got the deck lid on, fitting nice, all the latches in, and I got the hood on here, fitting real nice. You can't go by the fitment of the cowl right now. The cowl's got beautiful lines, but it's a little low here from the cowl to the hood, but that's because there's a cowl seal that goes across here that holds this up. I don't have any of that, right? And then this sits up underneath your windshield. Obviously there's no windshield in it, so you can just go by the body lines on it. So I got the hood on. He wanted some hood pins. The hood already had holes drilled out for the pins, so got those all put in place. You can see, like, look at that those nice even lines all the way. Your hood, nice even lines, should line up with your cowl. See, lines up with the cowl. Beautiful. Kind of cramped on that side, but trust me, it's all good. Working away on that. And then I've been also, in between doing this and that and running around, I've been helping Sean work on the GMC right here. He's getting ready to, he's masking it off there, getting ready to shoot some texture spray up on the floors, the new floors. You can't leave them bare like that. You can't leave the new floors all bare metal, so he's going to texture spray that. That's all good. That'll look nice. And then you know, we got the front sheet metal in here, so we're gonna take a look at, you know, been taking a lot of this out of here. Had to get the rad out because the rad's not going to work with this engine. You got to change it. The lady owns it doesn't really like the grill here being black or the GMC, so I'm going to attempt to try and get that out of there right now, and we'll do something with that. And Other than that, all this is staying. All this rust you see is staying like that. The only thing I have to address, like, this fender's not too bad, but oh, look at this fender. Look at that. Which really she's going for the patina look. She's on a budget, so we're leaving that because that ain't going nowhere. But right back here in this corner, I'm going to have to do something because this is where it kind of bolts to the truck, and that's not going to be any good there. So I'm going to be cutting that out of there tomorrow and trying to figure out some sort of patch job to do in there. So, but we're just gonna get this grill out of here right now and get this stuff cleaned up. And and we're gonna get these lights off the fender. She don't want these lights either. Signal lights don't need to be there. They're right down there. Those are that's old farm stuff. Usually when these lights stop working, the farmers would put that shit on. So we'll get rid of that. So that's it. That is what is going on. And you can see, I mean, look at the old girl. It's got pieces here, pieces there, like, you know. She's on that verge of is it patina or is it going too far and it's just becoming rust now. It's on that verge. I know you're out there watching Kathy. You're probably like, oh, Catherine. It's like, oh, Rick, what are you saying? But it's on that verge. It's on that verge where, you know, if you're gonna keep it in the garage, you know, you're not driving it in the winter and that, whatever, let it be, right? But it's yeah, it's a tough call. Some people are gonna write into this video and say, no, that's just getting rusty beyond. And others are gonna say it's cool. To each their own. It don't matter. Because what we did was we took care of the major rust in the floors and the cowl and all the structural stuff. She can drive it, see if she's even gonna like this truck. Drive it, leave it like that for a year or two. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe later on she'll slowly want to paint it. Maybe she'll keep bringing it back every fall and doing a little more rust repair until finally the thing is like all solid, and then we do body and paint. You never know. That's cool too. Driving vehicles with spots of primer all over, that was a thing in the 50s and 60s. Guys would roll in on a Friday night to the old A&W and they'd have their headlights Frenched and they'd have primer around it. Then they'd disappear for a week or two. Then they'd show up the following week and they'd have their taillights all Frenched in and primer on it. Paint job was the last thing to happen. They did all that kind of shit and drove it like that. That's what I say. Call that truck patches. Do it a little bit at a time. Anyway, short update. That's what's going on. Oh, the Suburban. Yeah, I started masking that up too. That's my first, you know, my trace line. And then what I'll do is put the paper from there because I'm going to be spraying the texture spray under here tomorrow. So I've been doing that too. So I'm kind of running around. I'm all hyped up today, as you can tell. I'm just hyped right up. I don't know what's going on. Jesus, like I'm on speed or something. Always a good time at old time.